So first of all, thank you for giving us opportunity to inform you and present you what we have learned in non-structural measures cell under the leadership of Shamal Lekha sir, and what Brahmaputra board can achieve and do in non-structural measures in flood management. So today we are focusing on northeastern region of India. Our presentation in about that, sir, or about this region. So plus flood definition. Sir, yes, sir. Before in sir rowing, Arunachal. Yes, sir. More than 6 years. Now, definition of flood. This is a natural process that occurs when the level of water, level body of water rises until it overflow its natural banks or artificial levees and inundate its adjoining areas, or an event or a combination of events that causes the water depth in river to increase the river to overflow its banks. This is the simple definition of flood. And the causes of flood, we all know it, that prolonged rainfall, intensive rainfall, blocking of river discharge, synchronized of high floods, intensive discharge, sudden release of water from upstream dam, barracks, failure of flow modified structures. Those are the basically main reason of flood. So now the severity in India about flood. Sir, India is very badly affected by flood all across the globe. India is the worst flood affected country after Bangladesh. 1/5 of the global death is count due to the flood. Nearly 75% of total India's rainfall is concentrated only in 4 months, sir, from June to September. As a result, river witness heavy discharge during these 4 months. As a result, 40 million hectare of land of this country is liable to flood across the nation, according to the National Flood Commission. And an average of 18.6 million hectares of land is affected annually because of flood in India. Now yes, sir.
Itu ketia detail.
Itu Google data.
রাষ্ট্রীয় বাংলা এবং আসলে তাকে চালু
মাধ্যম না
it is still unprotected.
Yes, sir.
How much is it
Basically, sir, the 4 or 5 states are majorly severely impacted by the flood. First is your Bihar, then West Bengal, then Uttar Pradesh, then Assam. Assam is nearly 3.5 or 3.6 million. So out of that, mostly is still, sir, the flood prone area. Even a lot of embankment happened. Yes, sir. Yeah, sir.
in northeast? Most of the area is unprotected, right?
Sir, it has been protected.
Flood-prone area.
Yes, sir, but still it's a flood-prone area. Basically, embankment generally sometimes embankment is to get
But
reached.
statistically वो जो
Yes, sir.
जो फिगर है 23 करोड़ का प्रोटेक्टेड वाला,
जी.
उसमें से
Yes, sir. It's a part is there, sir, for Assam also. Do you have the statistics of Assam?
सर असम का वो
नॉर्थ ईस्ट का बात करोगे ना?
Protected,
हाँ,
असम का ये
unprotected
affected area है.
कुछ आइडिया?
affected.
हाँ, बताओ.
हाँ 2010 से 22
हाँ 2010 से 22 के अंदर कितना अफेक्टेड हुआ है पॉपुलेशन अफेक्टेड?
सो ये 2022 में बहुत सबसे ज्यादा अफेक्ट हुए थे क्या
हाँ सर.
असम में?
सर बेसिकली ये डेटा भी एरोनस है सर. आपको जैसे लास्ट टाइम भी हमारी डिस्कशन हो रही थी इस पे, तो जब से एसडीएमआई बना है तब से डेटा की क्वालिटी थोड़ी इम्प्रूव हुई है. अर्लियर डेटा वाज लाइक is not very authentic kind of. तो अभी
जब से क्या बना है?
जो ये सर स्टेट डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट एंड डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट एक्ट आने के बाद
SDM है जो,
जब से ये सारी चीजें चेंज हुई हैं,
हाँ,
डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल पे भी है और भी है, तो ये डेटा थोड़े से सिंक्रोनाइज हो रहा है प्रॉपरली। अर्लियर द थिंग वाज नॉट।
अभी भी तो कहाँ मिल रहा है डेटा? उस दिन मुझे बात कर रहे थे।
हाँ, लेकिन अभी भी सर, लेकिन पहले से बहुत अच्छा हुआ है। जो लॉसेस का डेटा, प्रोटेक्शन का डेटा है, पहले से काफी अच्छा हुआ है। डैमेज और पहले तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं सर मैच होते थे। एक साल से दूसरे साल का कुछ मैच ही नहीं।
अच्छा, ये रेड का क्या मतलब है? एक मिनट, रेड लाइन एंड ब्लू लाइन। सो रेड लाइन इज लैंडस्लाइड डेथ।
Red line, number of district affected, sir.
नहीं, in the third graph, landslide deaths and flood deaths.
Sir, ये flood death और ये landslide death
181. So in 2022, 181 people died due to floods, which was, it seems that was the highest ever, highest in the last, since 2010.
Yeah. Deaths have been, I think, minimized. Earlier, it was very huge in Assam, but it have been minimized, I think, since 2012 onwards.
Okay. Details of 3 waves of floods in the year 2022. First wave, second wave, third. Yes, please, Karim.
Next to down. You can start from where you want to. Yes.
Yes. So this is the flood situation in the spectacles of media. What media thinks about and what media want to show about floods. In these are some paper cuttings. These are Bihar flood, Kerala flood, Assam flood situations.
Kerala also.
So this is the data, population affected data for 2010 to 2022. And this is district-wise revenue affected data from 2010 to 2022, and live loss data from 2010 to 22. These are the 3 data period different periods data for 2022 also given here, sir.
चलो आगे चलो.
Sir, the permanent solution for flooding problem. Flood cannot be prevented, but it can only be escaped. There are 2 methods of solution of flood problem. One is structural measures and one is non-structural measure. In structural measure, we concentrate on storage of reservoir, floodways, flood embankment, channel improvement, watershed management. And in non-structural measure, we concentrate on floodplain zoning, flood forecasting, evacuation, regulations, and flood insurance. So today, we are basically concentrate on non-structural measure, which is cost-efficient management approach.
So how does watershed management reduce floods?
So watershed management,
all these are the structural measures. Watershed management or catchment area management is classified as a structural measure, or it's a non-structural kind of.
Sir,
because only soft measures we used to take in that, no? Non-structural measures. So generally, watershed management, catchment area treatment kind of work falls in the non-structural measure.
Watershed management means, sir, watershed.
Because we are not holding water or other things, because just we are managing the silt and the time travel by the.
I think it reduces runoff.
Yes.
Because it reduces runoff, that is why it mitigates or moderates the floods.
Yeah. But we are not using any big way of structure, sir, to mitigate the siltation.
Bunding तो करते हैं ना, like trenches,
bunding, with a very natural kind of thing that we used to do in that. Plantation and trenching, bunding, and small ponds,
check dams,
small check dams.
तो उसी को शायद इसलिए स्ट्रक्चरल बोल रहे हैं ये. और नॉन स्ट्रक्चरल में मतलब दूसरे तरह की एक्टिविटी, वेरी डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज. लेकिन हम लोग यहाँ पे NSM सेल में वाटरशेड भी हमारा
वाटरशेड एंड अदर्स. यस सर.
there, no? In
हाँ,
which we
NBS,
are
NBS में,
Nature
correct.
based solution.
हाँ, NBS में.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Next.
Sir, the first point in non-structural measure is floodplain zoning. This is for zone. There are three zones. Zone 1 for 100 years return period, Zone 2 for 25 year, and Zone 3 for 5 year. And what we can construct and develop in zone wise. This is given below. Sir, this is the image where we get a knowledge where in zone 3 we can construct or develop park, garden, playing area, parking area, etc. And zone 2 we can construct or develop government offices, libraries, colleges, etc. In zone 1 we can construct railway station, hospitals, airport, this type of things, sir.
Factory.
Factory also.
Factory also, na?
Yes.
Factory is not allowed in second zone
No,
2.
sir, no.
But apartments are allowed.
Yes.
So what is the logic? हॉस्पिटल अलाउ कर सकते हैं, ये सब अलाउ कर सकते हैं सेकंड जोन में, बट फैक्ट्रियां अलाउ नहीं कर सकते.
फैक्ट्री केमिकल भी हो जाएगा. हाँ. केमिकल
फैक्ट्री
केमिकल हो जाएगा.
वो तो तब भी तो नदी में ही जाएगा. केमिकल कहीं से भी वेस्ट निकलेगा तो जाके तो नदी में ही मिलेगा.
मतलब फ्लड प्लेन जोनिंग का
It is not related to pollution,
ऑब्जेक्टिव
basically.
फ्लड से है या कुछ और चीजों से है?
No, sir, it is related to only the
है, sir.
factory. and companies.
चलो we मतलब the cell should understand the logic.
It's a, yes, sir. It,
So
it
God-
should be. It should be placed in the second.
Huh?
Second, this is zoning space. Can be. I think.
नहीं, जैसे यहाँ पे हॉस्पिटल जो है लेफ्ट
High
साइड
value
में,
factories
लेफ्ट
are,
साइड में
yes.
जो है वो, अच्छा ये तो हॉस्पिटल है. हॉस्पिटल शुड बी इन दी फर्स्ट जोन.
No, sir. Hospital.
या हॉस्पिटल लिखा है ना.
First zone. Yes, sir. This is also safe.
एंड रेलवे स्टेशन,
Railway station, powerhouse, and your airport.
एयरपोर्ट एक्सेट्रा.
The important things, sir, means
मतलब पब्लिक
public interest kind of thing.
पब्लिक
But
इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर,
small
क्रिटिकल
kind of,
पब्लिक
yes,
इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर.
industrial development can be allowed in second.
का दो पार्ट हो सकता है, एसेंशियल वाला
Even
तो one.
the bigger one,
बट
essential
स्कूल,
one,
कॉलेज, लाइब्रेरी या घर वगैरह ये सब
second,
सेकंड में कर सकते
but with some regulation.
हैं. सो इसका लॉजिक समझना चाहिए ऐसे हमारी सेल को, है ना, बिकॉज देन वी विल बिकम एक्सपर्ट्स. देन
होता होगा क्या होता है फ्लड प्लेन जोनिंग, बताओ क्यों करते हैं?
सर फ्लड प्लेन जोनिंग करते हैं सर. नदी का जो फ्लड है वो इफेक्ट ज्यादा से ज्यादा मतलब इफेक्ट ना कर सके पास के आदमी को, कि जितना जोनिंग के हिसाब से जोन 3 में जो रहेगा वो ज्यादा इफेक्ट होगा. इसलिए अगर पार्क वार्क डूब भी जाते हैं तो वो कोई इफेक्ट नहीं है. हाँ, और जोन 2 में जो है वो मतलब गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसेस और स्कूल्स वगैरह है, वो डूब जाते हैं तो वो शिफ्ट भी कर सकते हैं जोन 3 तक. लेकिन
रेजिडेंशियल एरिया भी तो है.
हाँ सर, वो भी शिफ्ट कर सकते हैं, लेकिन अस्पताल हो, जैसे एयरपोर्ट हो, रेलवे लाइंस हो, वो जोन 3 में ही होने हैं सर.
मतलब इफ दे आर डिसरप्टेड देन द
The-
consequences
yes.
will be at a much larger scale.
Yes.
हाँ,
है ना, सप्लाई चेन विल बी अफेक्टेड, मेडिकल फैसिलिटीज विल बी अफेक्टेड, travel will be affected. So that is why I think that is the reason. Or your country's national security etc. will be affected. ठीक है.
the government of India circulated model bill in 1975 and draft technical guideline on floodplain zoning in July 2024 to all states, to encouraging them to enact floodplain zoning. But till now only 4 states, Manipur, Rajasthan, Uttarakhand and Jammu and Kashmir has adopted the bill. And in case of Northeast, sir, Assam WRD has preparing the draft floodplain zoning bill. And in case of Meghalaya, they prepared the bill and submitted to CWC, and CWC has suggest some modification in
They
the bill.
submitted to us, then we sent
Yes,
it to
sir.
the CWC.
Then we submitted to CWC. CWC suggests some modification. and the government of Nagaland accordance model bill has prepared. They has prepared and submit to government for consideration. And in
So
case
it has not yet come to us, right? Nagaland वाला
yes,
नहीं आया ना?
नहीं है. और in case of Arunachal,
मतलब उनकी कैबिनेट ने पास कर दिया, अभी तो डिपार्टमेंट में ही है. Okay.
in Arunachal Pradesh, they has passed the bill for preparation of floodplain zoning named Arunachal Pradesh Floodplain Zoning Act 2025.
Okay.
And rest of the state are preparing draft bills, sir. Northeastern region. Sir, challenges क्या है? ये challenges in implementation of floodplain zoning, lack of political will and coordination between the departments, and enforcement in flood-prone areas. दूसरा है, or outdated maps and flood data, and low public awareness about flood risks and land use regulations. These are the challenges faced in floodplain zoning. Now, why floodplain zoning is important in India? India is highly vulnerable to flood and due to its major river Ganga, Brahmaputra, and their tributaries. The floodplain zoning is important in India to reduce economic losses and human casualties, promote sustainable urban and rural development, and help in ecosystem conservation. These are simples. Now we come to the second part, flood forecasting. Flood forecasting is flood well in advance, enable to warning to be given to the people likely to be affected, and further enable civil authorities to take suitable protective actions. Erroneous warning will cause.
So 1 second. So like floodplain zoning, the cell should mainly focus on the northeast because we are dealing with the northeast, and the cell should have all the acts, bills, etc. Of all the states. It should study them. It should be aware what are the different features in different, what are the differences across the states. The cell should also gather information about what is the status of implementation. That means what is the status of actual survey, zoning, rules, making rules under the act, survey, zoning, and enforcement. Okay, so, and you should have a nice catalog updated where all the states, in all the states, all these under all these different elements, the current status is indicated. So update it as new things happen. Also, you should follow the media, the floodplain zoning, whatever media coverage happens with regard to. So that is the first focus. Second focus, of course, nationally and internationally in floodplain zoning, whatever developments, major developments take place, if there is any major development, that the cell should be aware of. And then, so this is one. This is about the knowledge, right? Knowledge management with respect to this domain. You should also study the concept in greater detail. The other part is developing the capacity to assist the states. Developing the capacity to assist the states in implementing floodplain zoning, in legislating. For example, some state asked our help in legislation. Okay, so that is the second part. And the third part is taking up projects, है ना? अगर किसी स्टेट को सर्वे करवाना फ्लड प्लेन जोनिंग के लिए तो हम कर देंगे उसके लिए, जोनिंग में हमारी हेल्प लेनी है तो वो हम कर देंगे. तो उसके लिए इफ वी आर डेवलपिंग द कैपेसिटी वी विल बी एबल टू डू. Okay, so we have to work in this direction. Yes. So मास्टर प्लान में जो फ्लड प्लेइंग वाला पार्ट है वो भी आप लोग देखेंगे उसको इनका तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि हमारे किस मास्टर प्लान में फ्लड प्लेन जोनिंग के बारे में क्या वो है रिकमेंडेशन है ना. ओके.
In flood forecasting, basically three type of flood forecasting: short range flood forecasting, medium range flood forecasting, and long range flood forecasting. In short range flood forecasting, we forecast advanced forecast for 12 to 40 hours. In medium range forecast, we predict forecast for 2 to 5 days, and in long range forecast, crucial storms, proceeding weather system, these are covered. Sir, these are hydrometeorological stations. These river data are collected, and meteorological data like river rainfall, evaporation, sunlight, temperature, humidity are collect to assess water availability, flood forecasting, power potential, etc. Sir, in India, various departments collect various data like CWC collect surface water data, Central Groundwater Board collect groundwater data, and IMD collect meteorological data. These are the stations of some stations of CWC. There are over 1,543 stations all over India of CWC. These are basically gauge, discharge, sediment, water quality stations. Now, flood forecasting, sir. There are guidelines by GFCC as flood management for danger level, warning level, high flood level, and very high flood level, and floodplain. In danger level, 0.3 meter below the plinth level or 10 years return period in discharge. Warning level is 0.6 meter to 1 meter below the danger level. Highest flood level, highest flood ever recorded, very high flood level. 100 years return period discharge, and floodplain, land adjoining the channel which is inundated only during floods. This is
So what is this 0.3 meter below the plinth level or 10-year return period discharge? So क्या मतलब मेरे को समझ नहीं आया ये.
बताइए तो समझाइए क्या है ये, मतलब which one is more severe kind of thing?
Sir, very high flood level, ये थोड़ा severe है.
Okay.
और उसके बाद highest flood level और warning level, danger level.
नहीं, but highest ever has to be above very high, है ना? Very high is 100, right? तो मतलब सबसे ऊपर तो हाईएस्ट आएगा,
Highest flood.
फिर वेरी हाई आएगा, फिर डेंजर आएगा, फिर वार्निंग आएगा, isn't it? ऐसे ही होगा in terms of severity.
Highest, very
तो ये थोड़ा सा होच पोच सा लग रहा है.
Generally, sir, highest flood level means it is under the time where the record has started. मान 30 years डेटा है तो 30 years में जो सबसे हाईएस्ट आया, जो सबसे ऊपर डिस्चार्ज आया उसको हाईएस्ट फ्लड लेवल बोलते हैं.
अच्छा, एवर रिकॉर्डेड.
यस सर, रिकॉर्डेड बेसिकली.
और ये जो 100 ईयर वाला है ये
100 ईयर आई डोंट थिंक कोई इस तरह का कोई डेफिनेशन है सर. हाईएस्ट फ्लड लेवल वी यूज्ड टू हैव वार्निंग लेवल एंड डेंजर लेवल. वेरी हाई फ्लड can be anything that is high above the highest flood level, and that will attain the name of highest flood level, sir. Once it reach the highest flood level earlier, it will attain the same name,
Correct.
highest flood level.
Correct, that's what I
Yeah.
understood.
So I think it should not be there. Very high flood defined anyway basically. One in 50 years flood, what will it take?
And flood
Very,
plain
very
is
high
also
flood
a very
level.
different concept.
Yes.
Flood plain ये GFCC से करें. इसमें ऊपर तो यही लिखा. तो मतलब जो हमारी सेल्स हैं उनको डिफरेंट, मतलब जैसे कोई ग्लोबल स्टैंडर्ड है,
Yes.
तो दैट आल्सो इट शुड बी अवेयर ऑफ.
You follow the
National
guidelines of
standard and that also
CWC.
should be
Yes. follow the standards practice used by CWC basically. These warning level and danger level generally are finalized in consonance with this consultation with the revenue department. Because it depends how what will be the severity in terms of agriculture and lives and livestock. So basically, these are related to that. It is not related to the frequency of the.
So, what is the meaning of plinth level? In case of river or this flood, plinth level means what?
It should be generally, sir, we used to keep HFL plus 0.3 meter. Floor level of
HFL plus 0.3.
first floor, suppose, sir. So plinth that is called, sir. If area HFL is X.
HFL is equal to plinth.
No, sir. HFL plus 0.3.
Acha, HFL plus
0.3 that will be called as a plinth level. Generally 1 फीट जो है हम लोग ऊपर करके बनाते हैं, सर. घर को जो बनाते हैं तो वहां का अगर फ्लड लेवल X है तो
इसका
X
मतलब
plus point.
X plus 1.
जी.
So highest level is
Highest level
X.
is yes.
X, है ना?
Yeah.
So X plus 0.3.
Yes, sir.
So then X
It depends.
X will be this thing. उसके 0.3 मीटर नीचे
जी.
तो हाईएस्ट हुआ ना फिर.
हाँ, yes sir.
हाईएस्ट हुआ ना
Yes,
प्लिंथ के.
yes sir. प्लिंथ हम हमेशा.
लेकिन इसमें हमने डेंजर दिखाया है वो.
सर ये वाला थोड़ा सा मुझे बात वो समझ में नहीं आई है. मे बी हाउ दे हैव डिफाइंड इट इट्स नॉट.
ठीक है. ओके, आगे चलो.
So this is the daily flood forecast published by CWC, calculated by all over the district administration, and this is the daily flood forecast bulletin published by Brahmaputra board.
मुझे ये बताओ कि फ्लड फोरकास्टिंग में which parameters are considered and what kind of formula is used. हाँ?
Yes sir.
ये सेल को पता हो. सेल को गहराई में जाना ही चाहिए चीजें, क्योंकि हम तो इंजीनियरिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है ना. तो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ मॉडलिंग इज यूज्ड फॉर फ्लड फोरकास्टिंग? ऐसे ट्राई करो, बोलो योर व्हाटएवर योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज.
Sir, rainfall.
Yes,
rainfall, discharge. Discharge, rainfall.
कुछ और भी पता है क्या? Velocity also has to be used.
Open up.
That is part of discharge, is it? No.
Yes sir, that is a part of discharge, sir, basically. So let me try, sir. Basically, जैसे we are talking about, sir, flood forecasting. So short term forecast is there, then medium term, and then long term. So basically, so for short term, we can use two types of model basically. One is conventional method. Generally, we used to do in CWC. It's called gauge to gauge correlation. It is in this process we establish a base station, and based on the level observed there at the base station and rainfall and other things observed, we predict what will be the flood level at the forecast station. So it is based on the real time observations of the data. On second method can be done is a modeling kind of thing. So for this flood forecasting station, we can generate a model, and with the actual data calibration and other things, stabilizing the model gives the real. Then you need just only the rainfall data. You just put the rainfall and it will.
Then you can go for medium term.
Yeah. So that model can be used for medium term, long term, anything. But you have to predict the rainfall. So the IMD generally gives the rainfall, sir, for this. But 2 days rainfall, if they give, we can predict the 2 days runoff. If they give the 30 days rainfall, sir, prediction, we can give the 30 days prediction of the discharge and corresponding levels.
In case of short term,
Yeah.
we are using level and discharge.
Yes, sir.
Right?
We use level and rainfalls. rainfall in
In
the,
short term.
yes, sir, in short term.
Acha.
The level be measured at the base station and the in between the catchment. There are so many areas there, sir, in the base station and the observing forecasting station. Suppose it is 20 kilometers. Generally, we used to बेस स्टेशन और इसके बीच में जो है ना 6 घंटे का मिनिमम सर हम ट्रेवल टाइम रखते हैं कि अगर यहाँ से पानी चलेगा तो यहाँ पहुँचने में 6 घंटे से 24 घंटे का होता है सर उसके बीच में तो मिनिमम 6 घंटे नहीं रखेंगे कोई फायदा नहीं है सर यहाँ हम बता दें लेवल और रिएक्शन टाइम वी नीड टू हैव कि इवैक्यूएशन कैन बी गिवन और कोई तो वो ट्रेवल टाइम के हिसाब से सर डिसाइड करते हैं कि बेस स्टेशन हमें कहाँ रखना वो ये भी पूछता है ना बेस स्टेशन का मतलब क्या क्यों रखते हैं हम दूर तो उसका रीजन ये है सर कि अगर यहाँ से यहाँ का पानी का लेवल पता लगते ही हम यहाँ बता सकते
So that means there are 3 concepts now. One is the forecast station.
Yes, sir.
Second is the
Base-
the
base
base
station,
station.
sir. Yes, sir.
And third is the rainfall data.
Yes, sir.
Which
Which
through
falls
a
in the
model
in between, sir. Yes, sir.
Huh?
In between base station and forecasting station.
in between.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because this rainfall will generate some inflow, sir.
Okay.
So that has to be properly linked with this level and this.
So this will apply to a case where the forecast is only for the duration from between
Yes, sir.
the distance.
Yes, sir. 6 to
Time,
12,
time
6
taken by
to
water
24
to
hours.
travel in that
Yes, sir.
base from base to
Yes,
forecast.
base to forecast station.
But if we are doing a more sort of medium term kind of
Yes, sir.
forecasting,
Then we have to use the models.
then we have to use the model.
We have to generate rainfall runoff models for that particular catchment, and maybe SWOT model or many models are there so that are used for that land use, land pattern, and so many
तो
things.
ये जो रेनफॉल डेटा हमको मिलता है
Yes, sir.
ये उस पर्टिकुलर जो बेस स्टेशन और फोरकास्ट स्टेशन जो है
के
उस
बीच में
area
सर जो
का
हमारे
और जो बीच
बहुत
वाला है।
सारे जो IMD के भी हैं सर और हमारे डिपार्टमेंट CWC के या स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के NHP के अंदर बहुत सारे लैब्स
क्या
तो NHP के अंदर भी बहुत सारे जो हमारे ऑटोमेटिक रेनफॉल रिकॉर्डर्स हैं
हाँ
वो लगे हुए उनके डेटा आते रहते हैं और उसके हिसाब से सारी चीजें
तो जैसे हमारा जो फोरकास्ट स्टेशन है
यस सर
एक किसी पर्टिकुलर फोरकास्ट
हाँ
स्टेशन
यस
के लिए
जी
हाउ मेनी लाइक रेन स्टेशन रेन गेज
सर वो आया वो WMO का गाइडलाइंस है सर वर्ल्ड मेट्रोलॉजिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के हिसाब से लेकिन अभी भी सर उतना कंसंट्रेशन नहीं हो पाया बट NHP में गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया इज ट्राइंग टू एस्टैब्लिश विद दैट नॉर्म सर कि 400 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर के बीच में एक रेनफॉल स्टेशन होना चाहिए और दैट शुड बी ऑटोमेटिक रिकॉर्डर के साथ हो दैट वी कैन गेट द रियल टाइम so now the real time data we are getting for
तो
rainfall
इसको क्या बोलते हैं हम
rain gauge recorder होता है सर
रेन गेज मतलब इट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ द टोटल वेदर स्टेशन
yes sir it's a part of it's a very much part of because this is the most essential data we
सो ये जो होते हैं ये स्टैंड अलोन होते हैं या दे आर
sir maybe standalone also generally sir जितने भी telemetry data है तो वो सारे रेनफॉल ही हैं और लेवल रिकॉर्डर है डिस्चार्ज we don't
So-
do telemetry
So, how many forecast stations are there in the northeast? Level forecast data is there. Okay. 331 stations, 132 are inflow and 199 are level. Okay. In northeast,
The northeast in Assam, Arunachal,
All over
Tripura,
India.
and Sikkim. There are 4 states. In 4 states.
हाँ?
नॉर्थ में 4 जगह 4 स्टेट में है।
अच्छा ये तो सारे पूरे इंडिया का है क्या?
नहीं, हाँ हाँ
पूरे
पूरा
इंडिया
इंडिया
का
का
pan
है सर
India।
ये पूरा इंडिया का है।
स्टेट वाइज है।
अच्छा। So hydromet 1543 है CWC के. But then there would be of IMD also.
Yes, sir. Lot of these are network of GND sites, sir. Basically, 1543 is just GND site, GD
GND
of
क्या
various, मतलब gauge, discharge, sediment, water quality. It's a total number of the networks, sir. Total number of network actually. At least they have the gauge. Anywhere it is the gauge is there. 1543. Is the total network strength of the Central Water Commission for hydrometeorological observation.
Okay. So this 3-day advisory is continuing.
And sir, out these 1543 contains the base station.
Which one?
Is out of this, sir, 1543, so many base stations, sir, depending on the forecasting station.
नहीं तो 1543 में से 130 वो जो 199 जो है वो हमारे लेवल फोरकास्ट स्टेशन
जी,
है ना.
yes, sir.
बाकी जो है वो सिर्फ डेटा कलेक्शन के लिए, नॉट फॉर फोर.
No, sir, forecasting station are different, sir. They are also part of this 1543. क्योंकि आज यहाँ का फोरकास्टिंग है सर, तो ये किसी का बेस भी हो सकता है.
ठीक है,
ये
ओके, आगे चलिए.
Sir, way forward. Sir, updation of flood hazard map, enforce zoning regulation. Yes, sir, updation of flood hazard map using GIS and remote sensing. Enforce zoning regulation for more effectively, especially urban planning. Integrate flood zoning with smart city mission.
Gautam is not here. GIS and
कल आज ही मंडे
ऑनलाइन है क्या? आर यू ऑनलाइन गौतम?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
so you are out of station or what?
No, sir. No, sir. Actually, I am in the chamber only. I was just preparing the map. So by this time, I am joining here.
Okay, so आगे चलिए.
So, way forward में community participation and awareness campaign, central funding initiative. These are the way forward. And this is the way forward for Brahmaputra board. Sir. Brahmaputra board has already conducted a workshop on floodplain zoning in collaboration of CWC on 18 March 2025. During the preparation of the master plan and decision support system of flood forecasting and early warning system would be developed, which will be able to carry out the real-time forecast and help in identifying the different floodplain zone. The DDS would be developed for Tista and Sangos River and other river basins subsequently. Brahmaputra board, in coordination with the concerned northeastern state in implementing floodplain zoning and the non-structural measure, would be part of new master plan to be prepared in Brahmaputra and Barak basin. These are main target.
Okay, so this covers all non-structural measures, huh? This way forward.
Yes.
Okay. But you have not discussed other non-structural measures like asset management, watershed management, those things. So, एक बार जाना, you just go back to that slide where
Sir,
it's divided.
ये
No.
नहीं
sir, yeah.
ये
हाँ.
Floodplain zoning, forecasting, evacuation and relocation, of course, is state government's job. Regulation, operation of reservoirs, of course, this is structural measure, but Brahmaputra board should have, the NSM cell should have an idea about this aspect, but it is not something which we will be doing hands-on. No? And flood insurance is another important thing. And then you have not listed about the asset management, because that also is an important part of non-structural. Right? It is about a database, decision support for taking care of your assets, so that flood is mitigated through timely action.
सर वो एक्चुअली नहीं डाला है, बट संजीव and along with Arnav, they are just now working with all the master plan. They have started to gather all the information. So this will this will accommodate these assets, which is recommended by Brahmaputra board, which is created. So they are actually right now working on that, so that we can produce something in the board. So they are full-fledgedly working on that, sir.
Okay. So my point is only this, that the cell is responsible for all non-structure.
Yes,
So you should have all these verticals
sure.
in your presentation. In some, like we would have progressed more. In some, we should have some plan at least. We should have some vision at least that's what we will do.
Certainly.
So that is why I'm saying. But a wonderful presentation. Thank you. Let's give him a big hand.